Hi and welcome to another part of the Git tutorials, and in this part we're going to see how we can create branches on GitHub. So as you can remember, we've managed to create some branches on Git. Now here on GitHub, so in one of our repositories that we've recently created on the master branch, we can click on this and then we can create another branch. So I'm gonna call this second branch. You can call this any name you want and then press enter. And then here you can click on create branch, second branch from master. So if you click on this, you will be able to see that the second branch has been activated for you and has been created. You should be able to see that a branch has been created on the top. So the next step that we will do is to edit one of our files. So for example, here I can edit the second branch. So I will click on the edit icon, and then here, for example, I'm going to add another p tag after the images. So for example, I'm going to write this is another line from the second branch. So now I'm gonna close the tag, and now we want to save this. Here you can see the preview changes, and as you can see, this line has been added, so it is shown with the green highlight. Now we can commit the changes, and after a while you will be able to see that the change has been applied. Now let me get back to the repository, main page of the repository, and as you can see, we've got this message that the second branch had recent pushes less than a minute ago, and then we can we can send a pull request for the main branch, so that the person who has created the repository will then answer it and then merge it if necessary, merge it to the main branch. So here we can create the pull request in order to make that happen. And as you can see, because we have created the repository itself, we can merge the pull request as well. So here we can check it and merge the pull request, right? And then confirm the merge. So after a few seconds, you will be able to see that the pull request successfully merged and closed. So now let's get back to the main page of the repository. And as you can see here, the merge pull request with the number 1 from the second branch has been applied. So after it's been applied, it will be written right over here. And you will also receive this alert from the GitHub, which tells you your master branch isn't protected. So here we can neglect this, but make sure that you have secured everything inside of your repository. So we've got the second branch here added as well. You can add as many other branches as you want. You can, for example, add the third branch, and then click create the branch, and then you will be able to see that the branch has been created. So you can switch between the different branches, and is also suggested that you stay on the master branch if you don't have anything to do with the other branches. So that's it for creating branches on GitHub. So now that we've created the branch on GitHub, we want to pull it to our local Git repository. So let us open the terminal first and then cd to the project folder, local git, and then here we can simply run git pull in order to pull the branch to right over here. And as you can see, we've successfully done this. So now we can run git status, check everything is fine. And now the next job I need to do is to check for the branches, git branch, and as you can see, we still got 2 branches. So why don't we have the other branches? So in order to check the all branches, we need to run git branch -a, and as you can see, we are seeing the remote branches here as well. So you might wonder how we can pull these branches to our local branch. So in order to do that, we need to first run git checkout to one of these branches. So we need to switch to one of these remote branches, for example the second branch. And as you can see, we've switched to the second branch on the remote branch. And then again we can run git pull. So now we can run git branch another time. And as you can see, we've got the second branch on the local repository. So let's run again git branch -a. And as you can see, not only have we got the second branch on the local Git repository, we've also got it on the remote Git repository. So it is also recommended that we add the third branch, but because we don't have any changes on the third branch, you might say that, okay, we don't need to do that, and that is fine, but let's try doing that as well. So git checkout, and then the name of the third branch. And here you can run git pull another time, and here run git branch. And as you can see, we've got the third branch here as well. So if you want to only see the branches on the remote branch or the remote repository, you can run git branch -r, and R is for remote, and A is for all. So git branch -a. As you can see, we've got the second and the third branch on either the remote repository and the local repository as well. So now let's check the other way around, and instead of pulling branches from the GitHub repository, let's create a branch and push it to the GitHub repository. So in order to do that, let us first run git branch, and I'm going to call this branch local B, and then let's switch to local B branch. So now here let us, for example, change one of our files, for example the readme document, readme.md. You can change the file manually. I'm going to use sudo nano. So this is a line from the local branch. So press Ctrl O, enter, Ctrl X, and that's it. So now let's git add all, and then the next step is to git commit readme update. On local B, on local. That's it. So let's merge it to the master branch. So git checkout master, and then let's run git merge local B. That's it. So now the next step in order to push this to GitHub is to run its command. So in order to do so, we need to run git push And then just like the way we push our simple code to the simple way to push to GitHub is to run git push origin, and then the next step is to here we actually didn't need to merge it to the main branch or the master branch. We could have just straightly push it to the GitHub by running this command, git push origin. So now I need to write the username, and then instead of the password I need to enter my access token key, and here it is. So now everything has been done successfully, and now let's get into our repository. As you can see, we've got this message. We have this message from the local B that we can compare and pull request. So let's click on this and create pull request right over here, and then we can merge this to our master branch, merge the pull request and confirm merge. So after it's done successfully, we can just go back to the repository, and as you can see, we've got the local B added to the master branch. So let's check the branches. As you can see, local B has been added here, so it is right over here on our repository. Also notice that we can refuse to add this to the master branch. It's totally up to us what we want to do. I have just merged them in order for you to see how it happens, but you can refuse to do so. So make sure you check everything completely, and then go okay with accepting the pull request. So that's it for this part of the tutorial, and we've learned all about creating the branches, pushing and pulling to the GitHub repository. So hope you've enjoyed it, and until the next one, goodbye.